This wellness session is provided to you by the Contra Costa Health Services Wellness Team. Please contact CCHS Wellness at cchealth.org if you have any questions. By viewing today's session, we hope to enhance self and mutual awareness, understanding, and appreciation of different wellness, well-being practices and perspectives. In today's session, we'll be discussing emotional safety and well-being of LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus community in the workplace. Presentation slides and handout will be made available after our session. Let's take a big, deep inhale through our nose, take in one extra sip of air, and exhale out our mouths. Okay, let's get into today's content. Machixis Kaningoyasit Sky and Rarity. I'm Northern Sierra Miwok and a citizen of the Ion Band of Miwok Indians. I am also a licensed marriage and family therapist here in the Sacramento area where I work with folks in a private practice setting. If you'd like to get to know a bit more about me and the work that I do with folks, this is my extended bio here. Here are today's learning objectives. Together we will discuss current LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health research, highlighting #OutForMentalHealth, a statewide project that advances mental health equity, provides resources to build capacity in local LGBTQ plus communities, and represents a coalition voice at state-level policy discussions. Second, we will identify unique risk factors associated with LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health and well-being, noting that risk factors impact multiple areas of life, including the workplace. Third, utilizing a health equity and health access approach, we will then explore how to hold space with and address unique risk factors associated with LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health and well-being in the workplace on both an individual and community level alike. #OutForMentalHealth is a statewide project that advances mental health equity, provides resources to build capacity in local LGBTQ plus communities, and represents a coalition voice at state-level policy discussions. Let's talk about adverse childhood experiences and the LGBTQ communities. So adverse childhood experiences, known as ACEs, are traumatic or stressful life events before the age of 18. These include childhood abuse and neglect, and household dysfunction. Let's talk about adverse childhood experiences and the LGBTQ communities. Adverse childhood experiences, commonly known as ACEs, are traumatic or stressful life events before the age of 18. These include childhood abuse and neglect, and household dysfunction. How do ACEs impact adult health? A person's cumulative adverse childhood experiences have a strong relationship to numerous health, social, and behavioral problems throughout their lifespan, including substance use disorders, more frequent depressive symptoms, anxiety, and tobacco use. Greater levels of adversity are also associated with poorer self-rated health and life satisfaction, heart disease, lung cancer, diabetes, and many autoimmune diseases, as well as depression, violence, being a victim of violence, and suicide. Overall, the more ACEs a person has, the higher the cumulative risk of negative health consequences. So let's take a look at some of the items that Out for Mental Health has listed. So compared to straight counterparts, lesbian, gay, and bisexual individuals report disproportionately higher prevalence of ACEs. They are more likely to experience patterns of abuse. They are more likely to have experiences of poly-victimization and psychological and or physical abuse. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning adolescents were more likely to have experienced poly-victimization and psychological and or physical abuse when compared with their straight or cisgender adolescent counterparts. Research has revealed that the more gender nonconforming an individual is, the more abuse they experience. So let's discuss unique risk factors associated with LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health. Coming out, rejection, trauma, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, bullying, and feeling identity-based shame is often traumatic for people. Substance use, homelessness, suicide, and inadequate mental health care. Let's focus on homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, bullying, and feeling identity-based shame. So the LGBTQI community faces many forms of discrimination. including labeling, stereotyping, denial of opportunities or access, and verbal, mental, and physical abuse. They are one of the most targeted communities by perpetrators of hate crimes in this country. Such discrimination can contribute to a significantly heightened risk for PTSD among individuals in the LGBTQI+ community, compared to those who identify as heterosexual and cisgender. The LGBTQI community encompasses a wide range of individuals with separate and overlapping challenges regarding their mental health. Other identity factors include race and economic status can affect the quality of care they receive or their ability to access care. Additionally, members of this community may face harassment or a lack of cultural competency from potential providers. These experiences can lead to a fear of disclosing sexual orientation and/or gender identity due to potential discrimination or provider bias. Confronting these barriers and mental health symptoms with an LGBTQI Two-Spirit Plus inclusive mental health provider can lead to better outcomes and ultimately recovery. Risk factors associated with LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health impact multiple areas of life, including the workplace. So how can we increase emotional safety and well-being? First and foremost, don't forget the importance of basics. Eating well, drinking water, getting enough sleep, moving your body, connecting with our environment, including other people, animals, land, etc. So in addition to grounding ourselves through these basic acts of self-care, we can check in with ourselves to assess for safety, physical and psychological alike, and voice our needs to our supervisors and managers. We can also seek individual or group LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus competent mental health care and/or support groups. We can also seek individual and/or group LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus competent mental health care and/or support groups. So here's a screen grab of the National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, which is a great resource if you are wanting to connect with a competent mental health care provider and/or support groups. We can also increase emotional safety and well-being in the workplace by engaging in policy advocacy at the local level. Out for Mental Health has a wonderful scorecard template that you can use to assess your own county's LGBTQ+ policies. Examples of some of the items on this scorecard include: does the county have a publicly available policy that requires programs to be LGBTQ affirming? Does the county Department of Behavioral Health offer or provide or mandate LGBTQ training? Does the County Mental Health Service Act Cultural Competency Plan explicitly include a plan to support LGBTQ communities? Finally, I'd like to share with you community resources, specifically crisis hotlines from the National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network. These resources will be included in a link in the handout. So together, we discussed current LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health research, highlighting #OutForMentalHealth. We identified unique risk factors associated with LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health and well-being, noting that risk factors impact multiple areas of life, including the workplace. And finally, utilizing a health equity and health access approach, we explored how to hold space with and address unique risk factors associated with LGBTQ Two-Spirit Plus mental health and well-being in the workplace, on both an individual and a community level alike. Here's my face if you forgot what it looked like. Check that bio out if you're interested. This wellness session has been provided to you by the Contra Costa Health Services Wellness Team. Please contact CCHS Wellness at cchealth.org if you have any questions. By viewing today's session, we hope we enhance self and mutual awareness, understanding, and appreciation of different wellness, well-being practices, and perspectives. For more information and links, please see the handout provided. And thank you so much for your time today. Take care.